he was the abuser. So I was in this very abusive relationship with him. CPS got involved. They took my daughter from me. And
Enjoy the video, hit the like button.
Yes, Your Honor. We're here today on a modification and a confirmation of arrears on a prior order that was done and signed July 6th. It looks like 2017. We're here to modify and go up. At this time as well, the confirmation of arrears looks like as of August 15th, Miss Ruiz is actually caught up. So there's 0 child support judgment and 0 dental support judgment and 0 medical support judgments. And so at this time, Your Honor, the prior order had the child support set at, I apologize, Your Honor, I had it.
Take your time.
So for 2 children, the prior order had child support set at $493, medical at $69, and dental at $12. There are technically 3 children, Your Honor, but actually one has emancipated already. So we are now with 2 children. And Miss Ruiz had turned over her pay stub, Your Honor, to me. And based on her pay stub, I got a yearly projected income of $57,352.88, which comes out to a monthly of $4,779.41, which puts guideline child support for 2 children at $827 a month, Your Honor. Medical is $286.77. Dental, $47.80. Now, Mr. Garcia will testify that the monthly income for the 2 children for health insurance is $318. Dental.
The cost, okay.
Yes, the cost for him is $240. Dental for the 2 children. Miss Ruiz is also going to testify. She does have another child in her care under the age of 18.
Hold on, you told me 2 numbers, but I expected 3. You said 318 was for what?
Health insurance.
Oh, the medical, okay. And the 240 was for dental.
Yes.
That's under father's cost, is that what I heard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
And so Mr. Garcia is asking for the guidelines in that he be the one to continue carrying the health and dental, Your Honor. And again, the guideline would be $827. Ms. Ruiz at this time is asking that there be no modification, given her circumstances, which she'll testify to about why she believes it shouldn't be modified up.
And you told me the difference is 493. It's not quite double, but closer than not. Okay.
Correct. So the current obligations again are $493 for 2 children, medical 69, dental 12.
Got it. Okay. Then we'll have a hearing. The state's going to call witnesses one at a time. They get to pick which. So please, the one that's talking, the other one, don't interrupt. You're going to have your full time when it's your turn. It's better not to interrupt. It looks like you're writing right now. So if you have access to pen and paper, if you want to write down your notes so you don't forget when it's your turn to talk, the state will ask you questions first. At the end of that, if there's anything else you still want to add, I will allow that. So one at a time, please don't interrupt. Otherwise, I'd have to stop you all if you're both talking at the same time. Ms. Coates, you may pick your first witness.
The state's going to call Miss Ruiz.
Okay.
Miss Ruiz, can you hear me?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So Miss Ruiz, you did hand over your pay stub to me, correct?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I did explain that I had to use the year to date based on your pay stub to figure out what your yearly income would be and then your monthly.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
And in this income that you turned over to me, there is some on-call pay and some overtime and some other additional, I guess, like extra income.
Correct.
All right. And so I calculated the child support for 2 children at $827 a month. medical at $286.77, and dental at $47.80. At this time, are you asking that it not go to these amounts because you can't afford it, or because of some other reasons?
Because I'm not able to afford it. Like I told you before,
Hold on. I'm
I'm
gonna ask
sorry.
you questions. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So let's talk about that. Why can you not afford these new amounts?
I'm currently paying for daycare for my daughter in order for me to work.
Okay, how
I
much is daycare?
It's like 148. Well, it's close to $600 a month.
Okay. And is this child a child of Mr. Garcia or no?
No,
Okay. Is it your ex-husband that you just recently divorced? Is the
correct.
father?
Yes, correct. I'm currently still going through the divorce, but yes,
How old is that child?
she's 10.
She's 10 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. She's not in school?
She is in school.
Okay, so this is after school daycare?
After school because of my work schedule. Yes, ma'am.
And is her father helping you with the daycare costs?
His parental rights were terminated.
Okay. Were they officially terminated through an order or?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And in the order, it didn't still order him to pay child support?
No, he's the reason why is because he was the abuser, so I was in this very abusive relationship with him. CPS got involved. They took my daughter from me, and I'm still going through court with them. And
Was he
I
abusing
just,
your daughter too?
I'm sorry.
Was he abusing your daughter too?
No.
It was just you?
Yes,
Okay.
he tried to.
I'm sorry, what was that?
He tried to kill me. That is the reason why there's a protective order. That is the reason why his parental rights were terminated. That is the reason why um, I'm
Was
barely
he
getting back on my feet.
was he charged with trying to kill you?
No,
Has he been charged with family violence or anything like that?
no, no.
Um, what was your ex-husband's name?
His name is Victor Hugo Ruiz.
Ruiz?
Ruiz.
And did Mr. Ruiz not only try to harm you, did he ever try to harm Mr. Garcia?
That I don't know.
How about did Mr. Ruiz ever try to harm your children that you have with Mr. Garcia?
No.
Okay.
I,
And so the protective order, is it a lifetime protective order or is it just 2 years? Do you know?
it's a 2 year, so I'm trying to extend that. That's why in the divorce, I believe my hearing is next week. They're trying to either extend the protective order or make it a lifetime. It just depends. I'm not for sure.
The hearing next week, is it your divorce or the
It's for
protective
my
order hearing?
divorce. For my divorce, the CPS hearing is September the 3rd.
Let me
So,
stop you real quick. Ms. Delgado, if there's two people in the waiting room, they may be for the current docket. Do you want to check those in and move them out to the break rooms?
Yes, ma'am. One of them is for the current docket. Let me go ahead and bring her in.
And Miss Rosas, the Spanish interpreter, wants to know if she can leave.
yes, Judge. Okay. Where was I?
We were talking about the next hearing she was having, the divorce, and maybe I missed it
Oh.
because I'm paying attention to the participants in the waiting room. When is
Okay.
the divorce again? September 3rd, or that was that something?
No, the divorce hearing is August the
Next week, you said,
27.
27th?
Uh-huh.
And the CPS hearing is September 3rd,
September the 3rd, yes, ma'am.
so back to back. And the protective order, where do they decide
That
that
was,
one? In the divorce or the CPS?
no, the CPS. The CPS case has been open for like 2 years, almost like a year and a half to 2 years. So since let me see,
23?
2023, 2023, October 2023.
And did you get your child back? The 10-year-old is with you now, correct?
Yes, I got her back March of this year.
How long was she gone out of your possession?
Year and a half.
Okay, but you did everything you needed to do to get her back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, let me not quit interrupting myself, but I thought I'd get that information that I needed for my own benefit. So Ms. Coates, you may continue with Ms. Reese.
So, Miss Ruiz, where are you living? By yourself, or with someone else?
By myself, in an apartment. I had to already move once by court order. So I live in the apartment with my daughter and our pet.
And how many bedrooms?
It's a two-bedroom apartment.
And how much is rent?
$1,000 a month.
And then you're saying about 600 a month for daycare?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything else you're paying for?
I pay like the trash service is every 3 months. It's $105.
What is that?
For the recycling and trash, the apartment complex does not provide that, so I had to pay for those services.
105 every 3 months?
Yes, for 3 months, 105. And then I have to pay electricity. It varies like between 150 to $200. It just varies. The water is included with the apartment. That's the only thing that's included. I pay for the food. I pay for
Can you
gas.
break it down how much it would cost you, food, gas, the rest of your information?
For the food, I would say like $250 to $300 per week, and gas like 120 a month, because where I live is very close to work, and so 120, 150 a month. I pay the car insurance, which is it's 97 a month. Let me see, it's a 6-month policy, so like 582 for 6 months. So every month is $97. Internet services plus the phone service is 100. No, it's $97 for that. Internet and phone, my phone. And then plus, the normal, like, detergent, shampoo, like necessities for the house. That varies too. I would say like a month, maybe per month. Uh, maybe 100, 150 a month. I don't know. It just varies. Like I said, it just depends what I need.
All right. And so what about your two children that you have with Mr. Garcia? Do they come over a lot, or do they come over just regular, which would be what the standard was, which was the weekends?
I haven't seen my children in 9 years.
How long? 9 years?
9 years. Uh,
You know,
I
let's
haven't talked.
we take another little short break. I think the same person with the same phone number that already came in must be having trouble. Ms. Delgado, try
Okay,
again.
thank you. Hello, could you please state your name?
Kiera Vogel.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move you to the breakout room. One moment, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Delgado will continue, Ms. Coates.
Okay. So let me see. I'm gonna take a look, Your Honor, at what their visits were. So you said you hadn't seen your children in 9 years. Why is that?
Mr. Garcia hasn't allowed me to see them or talk to them. I recently reached out to Mr. Garcia again when Gabby turned 15, which was February the 9th, and to try to talk to the kids over the phone, and he still does not allow me to do that. And even though, like I explained to him the situation, I was in the abusive relationship, and through all these years, even though I was in that relationship, I still tried to stay and pay for my child support. But honestly, I haven't talked or seen my kids since 2017, like 9 years now. Marcela, I know she will be turning 19 on the 30th. Marcos, his birthday is tomorrow. He will be 17, and Gabby just turned 15 on February the 9th. But I have no contact whatsoever with them.
Your 2017 order says the visits are by agreement. What's, I guess, what's happening with that? Like, did he explain to you why you're not allowed to see him?
No, I know for the last financial year, I wasn't able to hire a lawyer to go to the last hearing when we had the hearing, and he was granted the primary custody of the children, and that's why I'm paying child support. But everything he requested was granted at the hearing because I was not present. And since then, I haven't. I went to the police station in New Braunfels. I went to the police station in Seguin, like on the weekend. So like I think it was like the every other weekend, when I was supposed to have the children, but he never showed. And eventually, like I said, I was in that abusive relationship. So eventually I stopped going looking for my children because he was never there. And like I said, I went to the New Braunfels Police Department, and I went to the Seguin Police Department, and neither one was he there with the kids. And
So
I never, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your two children that are still
Three children.
underage, they don't have cell phones or anything?
I have no idea, ma'am. I had asked Mr. Garcia to see. I have given him my cell phone number and to see if I can speak to them or do like, like a video call, but he doesn't allow me. Like I said, I just reached out to him February the 9th and of this year, and he doesn't allow me to speak to them. Sometimes I text him like, hey, say to the kids good morning, or tell them I love them, tell them I want to speak to them, but I don't know if those messages are getting relayed to them. I asked him to give him my cell phone number if they want to contact me. I have my oldest son that he lives close to them, and my youngest daughter, did a drawing, and I mailed it to my son and asked him to give it to them. I don't know if they received the drawing or not, but in there, my current address is in there for them if they want to contact me. So I have no way of knowing if they have a cell phone or not, or if they're getting the information. Honestly, I mean, I'm trying, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Got the same people and more in the waiting room. I can't believe that keeps happening to one person. So, Ms. Delgado.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I think we have a 10:30 case out there. I don't know if you have anybody available, Ms. Delgado. You gonna let them in, or you just marked them?
I let them in. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the breakout room and get their information.
The number 3 is an 8:30 case that has been dropped a few times now, I think.
Yes, ma'am. I moved her to the breakout room, but now it looks like she fell off again. I don't see her there.
We'll
You
correct.
You haven't let them
the
in
waiting
from
room.
the waiting room.
Yeah. Let's
If she
see.
got dropped off, she came back in through the waiting room.
Oh, why did it do that? Okay.
No, I know that, but something's wrong with her device.
Okay, let's see. And
Did you put the other 19 in a room?
no, I will do that now. TV. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, to the waiting room again. It's not quite. We still have quite a few minutes till 10:30, so let's continue, Ms. Cook.
All right. I don't have any further questions for Mr. Ruiz.
So your position, Ms. Reeves, the state told me that it was to just leave the child support as it was, but yeah, well, let me ask you point blank. Was it what it was well, let me ask Ms. Coates, you do it. The change circumstances, the last income versus current income. I did hear about current. I didn't hear about prior income. You don't mind establishing the modification grounds. There's guidelines for the prior income, her income back then in the order.
Our income was $2,316.
How old is the order?
It was done in 2022.
Was that gross or net?
That is gross.
Okay, so you're telling me that obviously that differs from what you just earlier explained. Although that was
Yes.
your that was your opening. I didn't hear it from mother's mouth. Ms. Coates, if you would do the honors, what she was doing back then compared to what she's doing now, and income level. whether it's salaried or hourly or whatever, if you'd put that on the record for me.
Okay. She confirmed that she turned over the pay stub and that the numbers I recited was from the pay stub.
I know, but I'd rather hear her say it than through you. Actual hourly wage or whatever it was then versus and what she did for that job versus what she does now.
Your Honor, the reason I switched, I was PRN or per diem at that time before with the
You were what?
company.
You were what?
PRN or as needed, employee as needed. And that is the reason when I got my daughter back in March of this year, that's when I went for a part-time job position instead of PRN because of, it's a requirement for CPS for me to be able to work and provide more financial stability for my daughter and myself. That is the main reason why the change from PRN to part-time. And like I said, I just been in this part-time position just since I would say April, May of this year. And I'm still trying to adjust, like I said, with everything, all the changes going on in my life. And
So earlier you testified that, or no, you didn't. Hold on. So the employer that you have listed here is Brownsville VYRMC Inc. This is the pay stub you gave me. How long have you been with this employer?
I've been with them for 4 years, employed with them for 4 years, but you requested that pay stub proving how much I was getting paid per hour, Ms. Coates. So that's why I provided that pay stub to you. But I've been employed with them for 4 years. And like I said, I just was PRN this whole time with that company, just as needs.
Hold on. In 2019, you are making less. Was this when you started? I'm sorry, this is actually in 2022. In 2022, how much were you making? Do you remember the hourly?
It was $22 an hour.
And now how much are you making?
It's $25 an hour, 25.91. I think that's what it says. And like I said, even as a PRN, and now it varies because of the call. I have to be on call. That's a requirement for my job. So whenever there's emergencies or whenever they call us in, I have to go into work. And I don't know when that will happen. I don't know how many hours it will be. It can be 2 hours. It can be 10 hours. It varies. We don't know. Sometimes there's no hours. We don't have to go in at all.
What kind of work is it?
I'm a nurse. Work in the operating room.
So you went from as needed to now a member, an actual member of the staff.
Well, I've been a member of the staff as a PRN. So an
Yes.
LVN anesthesia tech. My position is still the same, LVN/anesthesia tech for the
But
past
it's
4
different in the sense of you're as needed, so you don't have set hours when you're as
Correct.
needed.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but now you're a part-time staff.
Correct.
Do you know how much your health insurance is?
The house insurance?
Yes. Do you have health insurance?
Oh, the health insurance? I have no idea. Because I have never qualified for it.
How is your other child covered on health insurance?
Right now, she's covered through CPS. They still have the superior, but once, I don't know, I have to apply, I think, once that in. So next month they will let me know. But right now she's still covered through them, through the state, because she was in foster care all this time.
Yeah, there are no other questions.
So the part-time, how many hours is part-time, Ms. Reese?
Less than 30 hours a week.
So that means you don't qualify for the insurance because you're not a full-time or enough hours to qualify
Correct.
for insurance.
Yes, ma'am.
That also means dependent insurance for any of your children. They wouldn't qualify.
No. So not until, I don't know, next month I will figure out what to do with Elizabeth. I don't know.
You're having to go to court on the divorce. So you're expecting your ex-husband to be there?
No, he got deported. And but it is like I said, we have the protective order, so I don't expect him to be in court. And I think that's when they're gonna talk to see they're gonna extend that protective order or they're gonna just do it a lifetime because
Okay.
he's
And then you only had one child with your ex, the 10-year-old you've been talking about.
correct. Yes, ma'am.
When did the termination happen of his rights for that?
It was when we went to that hearing, CPS hearing. It was March of this year, March 2024.
2025 or last year?
2025, yes, ma'am, 2025, March of this year. So after at that hearing, his parental rights were terminated and custody was granted back to me. So Elizabeth came back home.
So
March
CPS
18.
did the termination. You didn't have to hire a private lawyer for that.
I have a court-appointed lawyer.
But CPS filed the termination and went through with it on him.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
But the CPS case is still going on. You still have the court-appointed lawyer.
Correct. The CPS case is still open and it's still going on.
Okay. Did you have any assets with your ex that might be awarded to you in the divorce? No house, no property, no.
None, nothing. I had to start from zero.
So you don't own anything on your own or even through a marriage?
Right now, yes. My dad helped me purchase a vehicle, but
Okay.
that's the only thing I own.
So you don't have a car payment because your dad helped you purchase or bought it for you?
Correct.
Are your parents a social support at all? Are they close by or?
They're close by.
Okay.
And like I said, when I was in this relationship, not with Mr. Garcia, but Mr. Reese, my family members kind of like, he pushed everyone away from me and isolated me from everyone.
Okay. But even if your dad helped you with a car, is he capable of helping you every month, all the time, or anything like that?
No, my parents are they're having a lot of medical issues. That is the reason why I had to depend on the daycare in order for me to work because my mom has a lot of heart problems. My dad is having a lot of medical issues. So well, he had surgery not too long ago. So neither one of them are able to help me.
Okay. You're not in another relationship right now?
No, not planning to, and I
Probably
don't
don't
want
want to. Nobody's helping you. You don't have a boyfriend or somebody that can actually help
No,
fund
ma'am.
any of this?
No,
Help you
it's
out.
just me.
Okay. Does your daughter know your other children?
No. She only knows she knows about them because I talked to her. And I tell you have, other brother, two sisters and a brother, but she doesn't know them.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you think you weren't asked that you wanted me to hear? Any evidence on the income or insurance or the child support numbers?
Your Honor, like I said, I just ask that if possible for it to stay the same because like I said, I'm barely trying to get on my feet. And I mean, all this time I have paid, even though I have no contact with them, and I just um that will help. That will help me and my daughter. And like I said, I've never said no, I'm not gonna pay. They're my children, and I understand that. And but
If I heard right, you've been paying what's been ordered so far, but so you don't have
correct.
any you don't have any arrears on your account. You've kept
Not recently, no. I tried to pay everything, and yes, I was behind at one point, but I had tried to pay every year.
but
Yes.
it has to go up some. Do you have any wiggle room at all? I mean, the difference between 493 and 827, it's a good three some odd, 400 some, 400 and what? I can't do math in my head. But $400 or $500, maybe $300 or $400. Anything less than that, or even a little bit more if it's not the same?
You said for it to increase a little bit more than
I'm trying to ask
$800.
you if there's any wiggle room for more than the current amount, because you're making more than you did when this was originally set. So technically, Mr. Garcia's entitled to more. Now, guideline support is just that. It's a starting point. I get to decide what actual child support should be based on the facts of everybody's cases. So there's some wiggle room for me, but can I say I can leave it at the exact same? I'm not sure I can if your income's gone up. But I'm just trying to figure out, you have any other reasons you want to tell me about why I shouldn't go to the guideline number?
Um,
Anything else you want to say, Ms. Reese?
um,
Three.
I leave it on your hands, Your Honor. I trust you, and I leave it on your hands. You're gonna do what's best for my children.
Well, yes, and sometimes the best is to help with them with a little bit more money, but I get where you're coming in, why you're what you're asking for. I'm trying to figure out what I can do. The difference between the child supports is $334. That's where I was trying to get at. Okay, anything else you want to say?
No, not at this time. I know. I mean, I don't know what to say. No, ma'am.
Okay, I think we're done with you, at least for right now. Listen to what Mr. Garcia says, and you'll be allowed to respond if you need to. So
Okay.
write anything down you think
Yes, ma'am.
so you don't forget. Ms. Coates, next witness.
Okay, Mr. Garcia.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you asking for the guideline child support for your two children, which I stated was the 827? We're just talking about child support right now.
Yes, yes. That's not including the healthcare, right? Or anything
No,
else?
that's not including, I mean, that's what child support comes out to when we include the amounts, but we'll talk about
Okay, the breakdown.
the things in just a second. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, the 827 is the guidelines, which you are asking for, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are your two children?
One of them is 15 and the other one's gonna be turning 17 tomorrow.
Now, you are carrying health insurance for them as well?
For all three still, yes. Because the 19-year-old, she's gonna start college as well.
Okay. So when you gave me the monthly income of the 318 for the health insurance, that's including your 19-year-old?
Yes, for all three, like I explained, I get bi-weekly pay. So the total amount per month, just for their part, all three comes out to 375.24
Okay.
for healthcare. And
Hold on, 300 and I'm sorry?
375.24 for healthcare.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to divide this because your eldest is no longer considered anymore when it comes to health insurance, okay?
But she's still covered under my insurance. Does that count or?
No, because she's emancipated.
Okay.
So I divided the 375.24 by 3 dependents. I got 125.08 times 2. So $250.16. for your
Okay.
health insurance for 2 kids. And what is your dental that you're paying for all 3?
110.68. 110.68.
Okay. Divide that by 3. That's $36.89. 2. That is $73.78 for dental.
Those numbers are different from what you originally stated. Well, the dental is higher than the original.
Yeah, if Your Honor would just give me a second.
Okay.
All right, so knowing that, Mr. Garcia, I do have to adjust the numbers here, okay? So
ma'am.
because the law says it's 9% for each child. So 9% of her income is somewhere on here. I wrote it.
No, you're talking about the medical 9% cap for
Hold on, Your
all
Honor.
children?
Give me a second. I'm sorry. I need to do this in my head. So $4,770.41. So I'm gonna divide and get 9% of her income, which is
Ms. Coates, with all due respect, I would like to use just some information.
hold on, I gotta do some numbers here. So 9% of her income.
Well, her
Is
income
for-
is not correct. That's the thing.
Hold on. I'm basing this on what her employer has given to me, or based on the pay stub. So give me 1 second. $4.30.15. Since there's 2 children with you and 1 with her, I'm dividing that by.
Internet on the planet, I thought, at a courthouse, the court Wi-Fi. However, that has occurred in the past. It happened again right now. I think I've been gone 5 minutes. I assume, Ms. Coates, you noticed I was gone and you stopped, or you may have to repeat a few things.
I may need to repeat.
You didn't notice I was gone. I noticed y'all were gone. I wasn't sure it was me or you. But anyway, we can take back up, or does anybody need a break, a bathroom break of any kind? There's a few people who are going to be coming in now for the 10:30 session. Maybe I need a few minutes to get my bearings as well. I'm going to go ahead and take another little short break to let Miss Delgado let the 10:30 people in. If y'all want to stop your audio and video, the recorder is still going. I just unpaused my recorder. Ms. Rees, Mr. Garcia, Ms. Coates. Okay, I guess they let a few people in. I needed a short break. The last part I remember before I got kicked off the internet was we were looking at 9% cap. You were doing some math on the med and dental costs. Ms. Coates, I don't know where you went with that, but the last I heard was the 9% calculation we were going to try to make.
The 9% was $430.15.
Okay. Let me wait a few minutes and let a few more people gather in the waiting room before I take another break on this case. This is getting to be ridiculous, but here we go. So Ms. Coates, go ahead and continue.
Okay. Let's see. $4.30.15 divided by 3 children.
Well, I think the 9% cap is meant to be for all children, and she's got other
Yes,
children
that's
as
what I'm
well.
doing, Your Honor. I'm not
Oh,
including.
that's what you're doing. So the 2 here and the 1 other. Thank you. Okay.
Yes. $4.30, $143.38 times 2 is $286.76. However, Dad is only paying $250.16 for 2 children. And 1.5% of income. Did I put the income out? I have so many numbers here. 1.5%. 71. 69. Divide that by 3 children. That's 23. 90. 2390.
What was his cost on that? His actual cost?
1 second, Yoder. Hold on.
Okay.
4780 for 2 kids. And he is paying, his actual cost is 7378.
Okay.
And so 1 point for her, it would be 4780, which adjusts the net resource to $3,712.18, which puts child support at $835. Okay.
So it's now
Moving on.
So it's now higher than what you started with? I'm not, okay, yeah, because she's got less credit because we considered another child. Okay.
All right.
So then just so I put it all in one place, the guideline that you've now calculated with some different numbers for the statutory caps for the medical and dental. Child support is now $835. Medical is, well, we can't go over his cost, so you're saying it would be $250.16 even.
Yes.
And then dental is over his cost, so the cap would be $47.80. Okay. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll put that as the current guideline. After
All right.
insurance credits. Okay.
So Mr. Garcia, I got her monthly income of $4,779 and make sure, and 41 cents. This is based on what she turned over to me for her employer. And you are saying that that's not correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is it not correct?
She is a disabled veteran, so she has benefits monthly for the VA. And 3 years ago, when we did this court, her income was based on just her disability rate, not because she wasn't working. So the 2000 income that was presented 3 years ago was just on her disability. Now that she's working with her employer plus her disability, the income is going to be greater.
Do you know if she's actually receiving the disability still?
From my understanding, yes, ma'am.
And do you know how much it is?
Well, it usually doesn't go down. So back then, she was at, I believe, 70%, which is a monthly pay of a little bit over $2,000.
But you don't know the exact amount?
As of today, no, ma'am.
Do
So
you
either be the same or it's going to be greater. I can look it up real quick.
But you don't remember from any personal knowledge from when you two were together?
When we were together, her percentage was at 10%, so she was only receiving like $200. And then 3 years ago, when we went through the court, her rating increased to 70%.
So
So
the $2,316 is
based on
what
the
they
disability,
said the gross was.
right? And it's based on the disability because she wasn't working at the time.
Okay. I have that she had an employer at that time, so she was not working.
She wasn't getting hours. So, and another, if you look at your records as well too, from back then, um, I wasn't receiving my payment because she wasn't getting paid um, to her employee.
Okay. All right. Anything else with regards to her income?
For income wise, no, ma'am.
Now, have you talked to Miss Ruiz about when she fell behind, about when she wasn't working?
We've spoken. I'm gonna be fair. I mean, yes, she did call back in February of this year. Um, she explained the situation, the whole drama she was in, and whatever she went through and stuff like that. Um, but I mean, you can ask her. But if you're asking me, she wasn't able to work because her soon to be ex-husband didn't allow her to work as much because he was very possessive and um, jealous and whatever else issues he had.
Did you have any issues with her ex-husband?
Yes, he threatened me multiple times, threatening the kids, and that's why whenever we would exchange the kids, we would meet at the police station. Um, he would tell things to the kids about me to the point that he was going to kill me. Um, I've received phone calls. My phone hasn't changed in over 10 years, so
So she mentioned she hasn't seen the children in 9 years. Is that true?
yes, ma'am, since the court date or since March of 2017.
Uh, and why is that?
As my part, I did go to the same exact location to exchange. I have a video which I have video recordings of me being there and waiting for about an hour, 2 hours. And she didn't show up for 3 weeks in a row for the exchange. And it was after spring break. And then 2 months later, the court happened. And then that's when I got granted. She didn't even show up to court. And again, when I spoke to her this year again, from what her excuse was because her ex-husband didn't allow her to go to the court or even pick up the kids. He didn't want the kids around, period. And he even told that to the kids as well. And especially my oldest, she still remembers situations and all the traumatic events. And when I initially did get full custody, I had to put them through therapy in school, outside of school, because they were pretty traumatized with the whole situation.
Okay, but what about now?
Now I've relayed the message to my kids. I've spoken to them about the situation. I told them, I explained what their mother has did tell me, her side of the story. And the kids don't want anything to do with her. She lives in Brownsville and we're 4.5 hours apart. So it's I know it's hard for her to, come every weekend or whatever situation. But regardless, even before that, she wasn't because she was with her ex-husband, she wasn't able to see the kids because of him the way he was. The kids really don't want to speak to her, to her. All three of them, they really don't feel anything. She has asked me. Um, uh, Her mom has come over here. Her parents has come over here because she has a sister close by, and she has asked if the kids would like to see her parents, but the kids have really no interest because there's no feelings whatsoever. They're pretty much strangers to them, from what the kids tell me.
Okay, so your children now, what are they in any extra activities?
Oh yeah. Well, my 18-year-old, soon to be 19, she just graduated high school. She's about to start college, and we're working in that situation right now. The other two, my boy, he's a senior this year. He's 6 feet tall, and he's been in track, he's been in football, he's been powerlifting, he's been chess club, honor society, uh, the whole nine. The senior just graduated; she was in band. My sophomore just started sophomore this year. She's been basketball. She's in mariachi. She plays the violin. She's in powerlifting as well too. She started a law class as well right this year, and she tested out from Spanish language. She's bilingual. Um, so they're pretty active. They stay active throughout all this time. I've even before this, I've had them in gymnastics. I've had them in uh, jujitsu, karate, um, uh, just different sports and stuff, just to keep them active. Swimming.
Have you remarried?
I did. This was back about probably 7 years ago, but got divorced. Right now, I'm just by myself. Been by myself for the past 6 years. So it's the kids and I in my house. Nobody else lives with us.
Since you've been carrying the health insurance, have you incurred some medical costs that weren't covered by the health insurance? Such as co-pays, and then when you get medicine.
Yeah, co-pays and medicine, just the regular. Trying to think any for them, any surgeries? No. Just the regular, and that actually they went to the doctor last month for their school physical and stuff like that. So again, co-pay for each one of them. Just the regular medicines and stuff. So nothing too extreme, just the norm.
And even though they haven't been extreme, but the law says it's 50-50 for whatever's not covered. Had you turned over those to Miss Ruiz?
No, I really haven't had any communication with her since 2017. Probably about 3-4 years ago, I believe she did try to call around this time for my son's birthday. She was still with her husband at the time, but it was just a nasty call that, again, I got threatened by him. That was the last time she tried to contact them, and then this year in February. So there
have you gone into any debt having to raise these children without Miss Ruiz?
Oh, my oldest daughter, she had very bad teeth, so I had to do braces. That was about 3,000, I believe, and she wore them for 3 years. My three. My little one, it was glasses, and just let me see. With sports, buying shoes. My daughter being in band, I bought her own clarinet. That was like $800. So it adds up throughout the years and stuff. I try to do as much as I can, but at the end of the day, I do what I have to do.
Did you have to get loans for any of these expenses?
If you want to call a credit card loan, so then yes. And actually, we just went on vacation too, and that was kind of like a graduation celebration / birthday celebration for all of us.
And so her ex-husband, you believe he would harass you if he got your information?
Well, he's like I said, my phone hasn't changed in over 10 years, so every chance she would call me, he has harassed me, yes, and threatened me.
When was the last time he threatened you?
Believe it, the 4 years ago around this time.
Okay. And you heard Miss Ruiz stated he was deported. Do you have any reason to believe he has the means to come back?
Yes, because his mother, from my understanding, lives in San Antonio, and he has 2 kids that he had living with Miss Reese at the time that he was with her. So he does have a reason to come back for those kids, and I know he cares much or a lot for his other child too. So he does have family here in the States as well. So I mean, where there's a will, there's a way, and
Do you have
he's
any
done.
reason to believe he'll harass you now that Miss Ruiz and him have split up?
Hopefully not, but that's why I've always been precautious of my surroundings and stuff. I know he has been deported before. This was about 4 or 5 years ago, and he got the means to come back to the States. So if he did it once, he could do it again.
Anything else the judge should know at this time?
No, but if you guys need a witness, my daughter is present here with me. I don't know if you have any questions for her.
Is
Just
she actually in the room with you?
No, I can call her over.
No, but she's not in the room with you and she hasn't heard anything, any of this stuff.
No, ma'am.
Would she
She's
have
in
any
her-
information on Miss Reese's income?
No, she's been in
Yeah.
her.
I want to be a nice guy and let mom and daughter talk, but this is not the right place for that. A first visit or a testimony, a witness for you against her. I don't think this is the right place to do it.
No,
And it's not about visitation. I've been happy to hear all the stuff y'all have said, give me a better picture, but I can't do a thing because I'm not authorized, because nothing's been filed on that. It's not within my jurisdiction to change the visitation, to tweak it, to make y'all do anything to get it started or to stop it or to any of that. That's on you all to take legal action on each other or to figure it out on your own if there's any possibilities of tweaking it on your own.
Oh, Your Honor, I mean, and I'm just being fair. Claude, Ms. Riz, we've talked, and I've told her that just the truth, that the kids really don't want absolutely nothing with her because they have no feeling whatsoever. Whatever it is, remorse and stuff like that, I'm not going to force the kids to do something they don't want to do. I know my stepson, which he grew up with me for 9 years, he has talked to his siblings, my kids, and he understands that part too. And he has actually talked to Miss Reese about that situation, that she just needs to give them time for them to cope or whatever they're going through. So it's not like I haven't tried.
Well, I get it, and I know you want to tell me everything you've done, but again, that's just not relevant to what I have to do here today. It breaks my heart, but I can't touch it.
I understand.
But I believe, and I've been doing this a long time, that it's never too late, even if they're adults. I think it's never too late to try to heal wounds and reconcile. Maybe it's not the time yet, I don't know. Or maybe you can force the issue if you get lawyers and go to court. But again, I can't do a thing about the visitations. It's not on my plate today as an authorized pleading with notice to everybody so I can hear it and do something about it. And usually this court doesn't even entertain visitation modifications. Once I order visits, then it's in somebody else's court to handle any modifications or enforcements of those visits. But I do think it's wrong to make the kids think they get to decide everything. I know what they think is important, but they're still kids, and
Yes,
adults
ma'am.
need to make the decision. You're trying to be fair, you're trying to work something out. And sometimes maybe it's baby steps, including a dinner somewhere, a civilized dinner, and where nothing bad can happen in public, I hope, or maybe it can. It can
Yeah.
still if they're not ready for it or somebody doesn't behave. I don't know. I don't have the time to entertain all sorts of things you could possibly do, including therapy and mom therapy and or therapy for the family together, or the mom and the kids together, whatever. There's so many things that can be done if you have the money and the time and the energy and whatever. If you don't, you don't. But you all are the parents that have to figure out some of this. The courts cannot fix everything. And there's some
Yeah.
hurt feelings here. I get it. But again, I don't think it's in the children to decide. And I honestly believe it's never too late. Given that, I can't talk about this anymore. I'm going to let the state identify and bring one more person in. I think they've been there for 30 minutes now or close to it. So let me stop again. One more entry for the 1030 cases, I think. And then we'll continue. Ms. Delgado.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Hello, can you please confirm your name?
Cassandra Crabtree.
Okay, Ms. Crabtree, I'm going to go ahead and move you to a breakout room. Please do not back out till somebody assists you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Done, thank you.
Thank you. That's the only person I saw that was still remaining in the waiting room. Okay, Ms. Coates, let me have you call Mr. Garcia on certain issues that I want to hear about, including what his income is and what his expenses are, and just so I can get a relative feel for what the parties' situations are. I'd like to hear that, even though it doesn't actually help a calculation. It's on her income. I'd still like to hear the disparity or not between the parties' situations.
Your Honor, could I just follow up with Ms. Ruiz about what Mr. Garcia
Absolutely,
was
you can do
saying?
however you want to handle it. It's fine, as long as we get back to Mr. Garcia on those issues, sure.
Okay. Ms. Ruiz, Mr. Garcia mentioned you're getting some disability, veterans disability. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much is it?
I think it's 2,800, 2,700, 2,800 a month.
You don't know exactly how much?
Give me 1 second. $2,800.
All right, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to call Mr. Garcia.
Just hold on, Ms. Reese, how come you didn't tell me on your own you had extra income from Because you just answered the questions asked and you didn't want me to know about it, or what? Why didn't you mention
No,
it?
I never, and it was never my intention for you not to know, Your Honor. I assume you already knew, but it was an ask. So I know that state has that information from previous years, and just if I may, um, I'm always, to my knowledge, all the child support has been deducted from my paycheck. And like I said, I was PRN before. So I've been working with this company for the past 4 years. So it's not a new employer or nothing like that. So it was a combination of both. But I assume you guys had that information, but I never meant to keep it away from you.
Well, thank you, but there's no way I can remember something from 3 years ago, the
Yes,
details
ma'am.
of your situation with benefits or no benefits. But now the state's gonna go back and say, well, she has a $2,800 more income that we didn't even consider, so she should be paying more than 800 whatever a month. Do you get that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that's a possibility too? Okay, we're nowhere near done because yeah, you just changed the facts on us, so they're gonna have to change their calculations. But let me hear from Mr. Garcia, Ms. Coates, about his income and his situation or bills and what have you.
All right, Mr. Garcia, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you work? You don't have
At
to say the name, or I mean the address. You can say the name and what you do. That's fine.
post office.
And are you getting paid hourly or salary?
Salaries.
And what's your salary?
About 75,000.
An annual salary is 75,000.
Mhm.
Yes? Is that
Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So your health and dental is through your employer.
Yes.
So before taxes, you make about $6,250 a month.
A month, yes.
Are you living in a home or in an apartment?
Home, ma'am.
Is the home paid off or are you making payments?
I'm making payments.
What's your mortgage?
1275. And I'm sorry, do you need, I guess, I have disability as well too.
Oh, yes. What is your disability?
Mine is 2,100.
And so you're a veteran as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And so this mortgage, I guess, how long do you have on it?
Like leftover?
Yes.
Uh,
Or years, I guess. How
well,
many years?
I bought it before COVID, so 2020, so it's 5 years, so I have 25 left.
Okay. Any vehicles?
Yes, 4.
And who are they all for?
The kids. Mm, one of them, first one, Marcela, I taught her how to drive. I was her instructor. She got her driver's license. She's fully covered and she has her vehicle. My son, I bought him a vehicle as well too. He's taking his driving test August 26th, and he'll have his driver's license. And then the younger one, she's 15. She has a permit, and I got her vehicle ready as well too. So after my son gets his driver's license, then I'll start teaching her, and then my vehicle as well too. So it's 4 vehicles in my insurance.
Okay. Do you owe any payments on those?
Just on one,
Okay, and how much for that one?
375 a month.
Okay, you're paying $375 a month.
Yes.
Do you know how much longer you have on it?
4 years.
And can you tell me the year of each vehicle? Make and model if you can.
So, 01 Toyota Tundra.
Wait. 01 Toyota Tundra. Who has that one?
That's for my son.
2001. Is that what you meant? Or 20?
Yes, 2001. Yes.
What'd you pay for it? Do you remember?
Like, I want to say around 4,000, I believe. This was
Okay.
a couple years back.
Okay. You may continue, Ms. Coates. And I'd like the details on the other ones as well.
Second one's going to be a 2007 Honda Accord
For which child?
for the oldest, Marcella.
And how much you pay?
I paid for that one around 4,000. So I've been buying all these vehicles over the years and getting it ready for the kids and stuff like that. So it's not like I bought all three of them or all of them at the same time.
Well, you're getting older cars, but now you're finding good ones, I guess.
Yes, Hondas and Toyotas can't go wrong with that.
Okay, I guess they just got a PR. Let's see, Miss Coates, the last one, or what was it, the 15-year-old's car, Mr.
15 is going to be a 2012 Honda Civic.
And how much did you pay for that?
Probably about the same, about 4,000.
And that's the one that you're still making payments on?
No, mine is the one I'm doing payments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
And
what's
mine
yours?
was mine's a 2012 Honda Civic as well. I think I financed it for 12,000, I believe.
Okay, you're still paying. Okay.
And how about cell phones?
All four kids have cell phones, so it's about 210 for all four lines.
Are any of them working?
The 18-year-old, she's part-time working right now. But since she's about to start college, then she'll go full-time college and probably stop working.
Who's paying for the college, or how's that working?
We're gonna do financial aid, and hopefully my veterans, I think it's called it's not the GI Bill, but it's the other one. I can't remember.
The Hazelwood Act?
Hazelwood, yes. We'll be hopefully using that as well too.
And the Hazelwood Act essentially would cover her college as long as she's at a public university.
Texas, yeah.
Okay. All right. And so then your son, he's not working during school?
No.
And is that because he's involved in so many things, or you want him to focus?
He, like I told him, I said, it's your last year, go ahead, enjoy it. So he's staying within the weightlifting, the powerlifting.
And what are your children's grades look like?
The one that just graduated, her GPA was, I want to say 3.7. And then my current senior, he's should be higher, but he's as well 3.8. And then my sophomore, same thing, probably 3.8.
What about groceries? How much would you say you're spending a month on groceries?
These kids eat. So Roundabout maybe 300 to 400 a month. I need to get a cow because he likes to drink a lot of milk.
How much would you say the extra activities are costing you a month?
Well, we haven't started for this year, but I know last year, like for example, band, it was a total, which she took a band trip. The band trip was like 2,500 that we had to pay, but the band cost was like about $200. That includes covering the meals every time they go um, um, outside the school to play. With the powerlifting, buying the equipment, buying shoes, each, and all three of them were in powerlifting. So each one of them probably about a good 150, $200.
A month?
No, it's just like total for the equipments that they needed.
So like the whole for the school year?
Yeah. And then like for my daughter who was in basketball too, I had to buy her basketball shoes too. That's another 120, 130. With the band child, fixing her clarinet, getting a tune, buying reeds, taking it to the shop.
Okay, I'm gonna be in too much detail now. I just want the generics, and I'm trying to figure out is how bad are you hurting, and is it, no matter what level you're at, you probably always have to live paycheck to paycheck because you increase your lifestyle. So trying to figure out what your basic needs are that aren't being met, or where, because it looks like you make a little bit more money than her, but still I need to flesh it all out and before I figure this out. So Mr. Garcia, just in the general picture budgeting, are you making your budgets, or is it?
I think the thing that helps the most is that I don't have all four car payments. So with my car payment, that's more than enough. I try to budget as much as I can. Good thing with my employer, they're able to put aside kind of without me see. If you don't see it, you don't use it. So it's like the 401k plan. So that's the only way I'm saving money. Other than that, it's just.
But that's for your retirement. So how much you putting in there? A percentage of your gross, or?
Yeah, it's 5%.
5%.
They match it up, so I keep it at the 5%.
Okay. So does that mean good lesser income because of the 401k? You're making
Yeah, so
your budget, or you're
it's
not making your budget?
so gross income in the bank probably after
Well,
I'm
gross is
averaging.
before it goes to the bank because they
I mean,
take taxes and stuff. So what are you saying, gross or net?
so total that goes into my bank probably about
Bank.
1,900 biweekly.
1,900 biweekly?
Yeah. 1,800, something like that.
Oh, 800. Okay. Hmm.
So, Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
their gross between their income plus the disability, Mr. Garcia makes about $8,350. Miss Ruiz, $7,579.41. It's a $770.59 difference in the gross pay. That's including what they both are getting in disability.
So you're including gross, not after taxes or 401ks, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Just doing the gross.
Because you're 1,800 by month, bi-weekly, or what'd you say, bi-monthly? 1,800 times 26 pay periods. It's like, did I do that right? You're like 46,800, even if you make over $100,000. Your gross is 100,000 with including your VA. Do you have, is that right, Mr. Garcia?
Probably between 90 and 100, but it's not going to be,
Okay.
yeah, it's not going to be over 100.
Well, and they don't tax your deferred income in the 401k, but okay. Okay. Well, this isn't as bad as I thought it was because I was thinking y'all were both on the edge of poverty, but it doesn't look that way anymore, which is why I talk to people and find things out. Okay. Any other things you want to say, Mr. Garcia, related to mom's income or the support you're requesting?
No, just, I mean, uh, this review, I just want the best for the kids and stuff, especially, college coming up with my child. Yes, the VA will cover most of it, but then, courses and books and stuff like that and gas. So there's still going to be more expenses and stuff.
You hate to say this, but I know you parents incur expenses till their kids are probably way too old these days, but I can't consider the cost of college for an adult child as part of the equation. So I get that you
Okay.
have it, but hope you get that even if I'm doing guidelines or considering all the facts, that I can't include college in there because that's really not your responsibility legally anymore. I get that you want to help, of course, but I can't zap that on Miss Reese. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No, Your Honor, just I'll leave the rest in your hands.
Okay. Anything else you want to respond to, Ms. Reese? I told you you'd get the opportunity to respond, and here it is. What do you want to say to whatever he said, or anything else you thought of in the meantime that you haven't talked about?
Well, I put it in your hands, Your Honor. I know you're gonna make the best decision for my children, and that's all I can say. I trust you, and I have no control over his expenses or how he decides to spend the money. For me, it's all about the children, just the kids, and that's what's important.
But you get that everything I heard was kid related, including cars for all the kids, which
Correct, Your Honor. I mean, that's the way he chooses to raise them, but I mean, that's something that was his choice to purchase the vehicles and put it on the car insurance, and I know that's a big cost right there. I do also know that Mr. Garcia has a motorcycle and a truck that he didn't disclose, but I mean, that's like I said, that's his life, whatever, but this is about the children. And
no, because I was interested in his background and what he has or
Mhm.
doesn't have, just the way I talked to you about it.
Mhm.
Yes, I'd like to know that he has extra maybe boats, cars, yachts, whatever it is. Because somehow you're making it. If you got all those, they're not luxury items. I can't say they're luxury items. They're necessities when you have kids going 5 different ways and with 3 different kids. So I get it, but gives me a picture of how good you are at managing and all, and that you're accumulating assets actually and doing well for your kids, and you're not in poverty status that every penny I can possibly give you in child support is required. And that's what guideline is. It's a starting point. It's not necessarily the ending point. So I could even go over if I had to, but I could also go under if I thought it was necessary. Now you don't have to trust me. I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna do the best I can, and either of you can appeal me if you don't like it. I get to sleep well at night thinking I've done the best thing I can for each individual case, applying the law to your set of facts, even if you don't like the result. And then it's on you on what you do or don't do and live with it, or pay as much as you can till you get better days and then pay it off that way. Or every year at tax time, file a return, you get a refund. They can take that and catch it up or
That's
whatever.
that's what's happening to me. Every year my refund goes to them, so it's
Well,
you know.
I get
So
that, but I get that a lot of things happen in your life, whether I can't blame you for being a battered wife or anything, or, I can't, but, and you're making better choices, I presume. And, It is hard to live alone and have all the responsibility. But again, you've got one child with no help because his rights were terminated and probably for good reason, absolutely for good reason. But that's not Mr. Garcia's fault or problem.
Correct, correct. I understand that. Yes, Your Honor.
Exactly.
And thanks to my daughter, actually, I'm still here because she's the one that made the outcry at school, and everything unraveled after that, and that's the reason why I was able to break from that cycle, from because of her. But I understand, Your Honor. So it's nobody's fault. I'm not blaming no one.
I'm proud of you, man, for having been able to do that. It does take time and guts and courage and all that, and to not get into that situation again because you have at least one kid that depends on you, and I'm sure you'd like to have the other ones in your life. And the way to do that is baby steps and don't give up hope. And even if you don't see them, there's no reason you can't send birthday cards or Christmas cards or something that they know you're thinking about them. And maybe at some point your hearts might soften, maybe even as old people, but if you're still alive, it's never too late when they're adults.
Yes, ma'am.
You see stories all over the internet on TV about kids finding parents at late ages, and
Mhm.
then they're nice, wonderful stories at that point, but it's never too late. And even if you're not seeing them now.
Like, I actually had asked Mr. Garcia to get the address because I wanted to send something for Marcela when she graduated from school, like, for the birthdays, but he doesn't want to do that. That is why I have to use my oldest to kind of be in the middle. But I don't like to do that. And like I said, it's just, I
You
am
don't
trying, but
you don't have a
it's
PO
impossible.
box. You're a mailman, Mr. Garcia. You can't get a PO box where she can
I'll probably
send it
consider
all.
that. And just due to the fact that she mentioned to me that her ex-husband was about to get out of the jail in July. This was back in May.
I get
That's
it.
why I didn't want to risk it for her to have my information at
Okay.
this time because of the safety. And I didn't know the situation where he was going to go, what he was going to do, or whatever. But according to her, now he's, you know, got sent back to his country, wherever he went. But again, there's always a possibility of him coming back.
Okay, well, I get that, but again, there's things you can do to overcome some of that. We're in the electronic age, we're in the FaceTime, PO box would be the easiest thing, I think, for a mailman. Just give her something so she can try. I don't think that would hurt the kids, but if she never tries in, they have a hole in their heart. They have a big gap, whether you actually realize it or not, that will come back to haunt them in their adult life and adult relationships. I can guarantee it.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I can't guarantee much, but I know that kids missing a parent, an absent parent leaves a hole. And sometimes kids grow up with holes even though both parents are there because you're both so busy making a living that you don't get to be with the kids because you got
Yes,
three
ma'am.
jobs or something. So it's any number of things I've seen, but I still think y'all can do a little bit better in the kid department. But I'm gonna leave that up to you since I can't control that. Let's see, Ms. Coates, you want to give me your best and final closing, I think, if there's nothing further.
Well, Your Honor, if you would like to know the new amount with the disability,
Well, I
then
guess
essentially,
it wouldn't be in my interest not to know because that's my job, but then I guess still get to decide. So forward on.
so Your Honor, we will defer to Your Honor with regards to what the child's support should be. We will ask that, dad continue carrying the health insurance for the children. But given that we now have the non-taxable disability involved, the net resource is $6,486.20, applying 22.5%. The child support is $1,459. And then the medical reimbursement would be the full $250.16. And then the full $73.78 for the dental.
And And did you actually plead for judgment, so there'll be child support zeros or whatever, or did you not plead for it, or you're non-suiting it, or what are you doing with the confirmation?
We pled for it, Your Honor. That's why I said it was a zero judgment, so I will be putting that in the order.
On all three, child support, medical, and dental, there's zero arrears, and that'll be judgments as of to yesterday, or
Yes, Your Honor.
as of August 18th, 2025. Mother owes no child support, no medical support, and no dental support as back pay. Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, I'm so sorry. My VA will change once my divorce is final, but I don't know when that will happen. But I know that's gonna change because right now they're counting my ex-husband in there because I'm still legally married to him. But once we get
Will you
divorced,
get more with a spouse than you would?
no, I will get less. Yes,
Well,
I get
no,
more
you get
with the
more
spouse.
with the spouse. They remove the spouse, you're gonna get less.
Yes, ma'am,
So
because
it's
it's gonna
not.
be just my daughter and myself, just two.
Do
Like,
you have any idea if it's not 2,800, what it's gonna be?
and every year they change. Every December they change the amount. But let me roughly. Let's see. Like 2,300, that's what it says in here. Like I said, but that will change. Because it's only one, would only be me and one dependent. That's how they see it.
So is that the 2,300 you're talking about, or you're not sure?
Yes, it's gonna go down. It will go down from the 28 to.
Okay, as a VA person, Mr. Garcia, as a vet, are you aware that that would be the case, that the spouse would be removed if you're no longer married to them?
Yes, once you're single, divorce, it does go down. So
Okay.
I didn't think about that. But yes, looking it up right now.
Yeah. You're not disputing she's going to divorce that guy.
That's going to
Probably.
be her choice, so no.
But yeah, okay, based on what you've heard and what I've heard. Okay, well, I'm not gonna redo numbers, Ms. Coates, but I'll keep
Sorry.
that in consideration. Anything else in the way of closing? The non-disclosure, I've heard there should be a mutual non-disclosure for a non-party. But this one actually, if it's a full non-disclosure, then you're not allowed to tell each other your own information. That's what I'm considering, whether I should do that one or not. Mr. Garcia, have you ever been in fear of Miss Reese harassment by her to you, or it's just her ex-husband to you, or soon to be?
Her partner, soon to be
Yeah.
ex-husband.
And Miss Reese, you're not saying Mr. Garcia was ever a harm or danger to you or threatened you or the kid, that you have anything like that? There's none of that with Mr. Garcia.
No, none.
Okay, then I think you should both be under the non-disclosure, but it should be the non-party one, that because of somebody else, this information won't be in the court order, but that still gives you the obligation to tell each other where you're at, because you should know where your kids are. But that doesn't give you the right to go over there and trespass or call and harass them or any of that stuff, because there's charges or on the books, on the criminal statutes for that. So I warn both of you on that. But I'm not going to give you the kind that says I'm protecting you from each other, because I don't see that at all. And I'm going to follow the law on that. So non-disclosure based on a non-party, so you still have the obligation to tell each other your pertinent information. I'm not going to put it in the order, but I highly recommend a PO box where she can mail and then y'all don't have each other's emails or cell numbers? Miss Reese, you don't have anything for Mr. Garcia?
No,
we
I
do.
don't.
Say that?
Well, I have the phone number because I went online to get his phone number. Like I said, when I called him in February of this year, but
Okay.
I don't have his address. I didn't even know, I don't even know what school my kids go to. So I don't know where, I'm assuming they live in Seguin because when we
Okay.
got divorced, that's.
I get it. Let me ask one more thing. There's an app. It's free, at least the first level. That's a pretty good app, I hear. I guess you on premium level, you can pay for more, but the basics are pretty good, where parents can communicate with each other, share information, share invoices for co-pays, those kinds of things, share photos, share reports, any of that. Is that something y'all would be interested in? So you have a safe way of communicating with each other, so you don't have to call each other. You can kind of use the app to talk.
Well, since February that she contacted me, we exchanged information and we've spoken, we've talked on the phone. I've sent her pictures of the kids. I'm being truthful right now. I've
Okay.
blurred the faces due to the fact for the safety purpose of I didn't know what the situation was going to be with her husband, ex, whatever. But I have sent her pictures.
Okay. So you don't really need that app, what you use now, including possibly email or your texting, whatever you
It's
have now. is
the
good.
what we use the WhatsApp.
That's it.
The what?
WhatsApp.
Oh, you use an app? It's called
Yes,
WhatsApp?
WhatsApp.
Okay,
Yes.
WhatsApp. Okay, well, I won't give you another one. Ms. Reeves, you will get that the information that he gives you, you're not to disclose to the parties that's going to be a
Yes.
reason for
correct.
which we're giving you this non-disclosure. So don't pass it on. And I'm serious because that could lead to bad things. And I'm sure
I
you
know,
don't
Your
want that
Honor.
on your
Yes.
head.
So I'm more careful now. I'm more.
Okay.
It has changed my life. So I'm completely
Okay.
different from who I
Thank-
was before.
Thank you, ma'am. And then the last thing was court cost. State take a position on that. You can, you don't have to, I guess, whatever. State take a position on court costs.
Your Honor, usually our position that the non-custodial parent pay the court costs.
Which branch of the service were you in, Ms. Reese?
Army.
And sir,
Yes.
Ms. Garcia?
Same. That's
Same.
where we met.
Mm.
I could have bet on that, but okay.
I was a medic and she came in because her knees were hurting and that was her medic doc, and yeah.
Well, there's a story there, I'm sure.
Yeah, it
It's a
was
long
good.
story.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it doesn't end here, y'all can be civil with each other and try to raise the kids happier and healthier, and demeaning each other is not a good thing. And if they already have a hard heart toward her, I don't know what you can do, Mr. Garcia, but
I've tried and I've talked to them and I do relay the message. I mean, and I know it sounds bad saying yes, I'm not gonna force them to, but I do talk to them and I tell them and stuff. I do.
Okay.
Me coming from my father, he passed away at an early age. I know living with a single parent, it's hard. That
Okay.
emptiness that you were talking about, I get it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna trust you're the people that I like to talk to, that there's hope for, and that there might be progress with, but I can only do so much in a courtroom, y'all. It's
Yes,
on
ma'am.
you, y'all are the parents. But what I have to do on the legal action is I have to wrap this up because I'm sure I have other cases now. The modification and confirmation of arrears. The easy part is mom owes nothing, and I'll approve all the judgments as zeros as of yesterday. And on the non-disclosure, I've already said I'll approve the mutual one, but as a non-party one. So you all tell each other on your own, your information. It'll be for both of you. And then I'm just gonna waive court costs, y'all, ma'am, they would be on you, but if you serve with the Army and you're getting benefits for disability, I'll thank you for your service and waive cost. Every penny needs to go through to your children or to all the stuff you've been dealing with to keep going.
Thank you, ma'am.
You have no choice. You got to keep going, Ms. Reese. You too, Mr. Garcia. On the hard part, the child support, medical support, and dental support. To me, the easy part is the lower ones. If I said it wrong, you'll correct me, Ms. Coates, but I wrote down $73.73. I'm going to do the full amount for the dental. And I assume the start dates the state's asking for is September 1?
It's 73.78, Your Honor,
Oh,
and
78.
September 1.
I wrote down 3, so I was wrong. 78, starting September 1. Medical support, I heard several times, $250.16, 1/6, starting September 1st. And the child support one, that's the hard one. I
And
started
Your
off.
Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
if Your Honor needs this amount as well, we went down. If I put it
Oh,
at
that's
the
right.
2100,
Thanks for stopping me. Yes, I would want to reduce a little bit, if at
if
all.
I use the 2100, the child support came out to $1,302.
And the medical and dental,
It would still stay the same.
because of the, oh, okay. So we started off at, yeah, let me find page 1 here, 493 a month child support. Mom wanted me to keep it there. State was asking for 827 as well, Mr. Garcia. We then found out there's more income, so a lot more child support. I am going to vary from the guideline, Mr. Garcia. You make a little bit more money. You seem to be managing a lot better right now. I'm not going to do 420s. I can't keep it the same, ma'am, no matter what you want. 493 is not there. Even 827 is now low. I'm going to round it out to $1,000 in child support. And you're not poor. You're not that poor. If you need to figure out your budget, then that's your job. And you can find a trusted friend or have a roommate and help. That'd be great. If you can't, you can't. You pay what you can and you catch up in the good months of tax refunds and whatever else. Or hopefully you'll be feeling better and going to full-time work because the nurses make good money. And I know it's going to take you a while because you got a lot to overcome, but you've got skills. You got a skill set you can use. And this is on part-time and I'm doing less than what the recommended amount is, but I think that's more than sufficient for the needs of the kids at this time. So I'll vary based on the totality of circumstances or just put by court order, and y'all can appeal me if you want. Both of you go somewhere else and let it be somebody else's problem and see what the answer is. But for my answer is $1,000 a month child support starting September 1 with the same $250.16 medical and $73.78 dental, all starting September 1. I won't repeat everything else. I think that covers all I have to do today. Do you have any questions, Ms. Reese?
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Garcia?
No, ma'am. Thank you for everything.
Do you want the appeal rights attached to the order so you can think about it?
Mm,
Right to appeal to a higher court, whether you want to go and
Oh.
open this up in another court and see what they do there? See if I was right or wrong? Yeah,
I
right.
don't.
You don't.
I'm okay, ma'am. I'm okay.
Oh, okay, well, if you change your mind, you got 3 business days from the day you get the signed order, the one that has my signature on it. You have 3 days in which to file if you change your mind. So you have to act pretty darn quick or you lose the right. I appreciate you said you don't want to appeal. I think you both can live with this. I hope so. And I hope I did my job. But if you have to go to my district judge to see if I was right or not, you have that right. Then given that the state's going to draft the order, send it to you by email, anything coming from the Texas Office of the Attorney General, that's this proposed order. Please open it as soon as you can and review it. You can sign off on it. If on these kinds of cases where people, that's not what they asked for, I have the state put as to form only, so you can sign it to acknowledge that that's what I ordered, not that you agreed to it, so it doesn't prejudice you if you want to appeal this decision down the road. So as to form only for your signatures, then feel free to sign it. If you see a problem, an error, a typo, something, you call the AG to resolve it. You cannot call me. And then if they don't hear from you in a week from yesterday, they're going to submit it a week from now, from today, and I'll sign it without you if you choose not to sign it. That's your right as well. However, I am rendering the order, which means I'm ruling on it and it becomes my order. So you walk away. All you can do is appeal it or live with it. So I hope you understand that. And then you sign the order. I get it quicker if you don't sign it. I'm asking Ms. Coates to turn it in no later than next Tuesday. So you have till like Monday to think about signing it or not. But again, if you sign it quicker, I get it quicker and we get done with it. I move the files along. So thank you, folks. Good luck to both of you and all your children, and I hope it
Yes.
works out.
Your Honor, quick
Yes, ma'am.
question. I'm sorry. Before you go, is after Marcos turns 18, is the amount gonna decrease or is it gonna
No.
stay the same?
The state usually does that math for me when the order comes
Okay.
through, so there is a step down, so both
Okay.
everybody knows. Now, Ms. Coates, I don't know if you're gonna be able to figure out what I did or how to step down it, or you have any recommendations at this time. I can take them, or it's gonna be a surprise to everybody, including me, whatever you do. It's probably better if we deal with it now. there are step downs for when okay, you got two,
We have two.
yes,
And
so
then
it'll be
he
two,
will
it'll go
be-
down for one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Give
so
me
he's turning
one.
17 tomorrow, and then a
Mhm.
year from tomorrow, he'll be 18.
Yeah, so you got a year and a half, or I don't know, till his graduation date or his birthday, whichever's later,
Mhm.
to pay the higher amount, then it goes down. And I'm giving Ms. Coates time to try to do that number for me. That's true. You probably don't want a surprise in the order, and I would prefer to approve it here in open court before we leave, so there's no surprise.
Your Honor, could we recess on this or because there's a federal case that needs to be put on the record and this
Sure,
would
why don't I do that? I'm gonna have to stop the record. I have to come back on, or y'all. Yeah, you're gonna have to put it on the record as well again. So don't leave yet. They're gonna put you back in break rooms, and I'll bring you back when they do the math, and after I do something real quick too while she's doing the math.
Okay.
Thank you, folks. I'm gonna stop this recording, and I think I'm just gonna keep live stream going since I have another case. Okay, you can stop your audio and video, and the state's gonna send you to the break rooms at this time.
I'll just put them in the waiting room. Your Honor. That way it's easier
Okay.
to bring them in.
That's fine. Thank you. Which case is coming up next?
Case 20, Your Honor.
Case 20.